What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. Now, continuing with our overall coverage of Nioh, I thought I'd bring you a special feature based on the fact that whenever you hear mainstream media or gamers in general talk about this new awesome title from Team Ninja, you usually get that Dark Souls or Bloodborne comparison, which is okay because both of them are awesome franchises and games in their own right. Well, I kind of hope Nioh becomes some kind of a franchise. But anyway, today I will just look at both games in their own merits and in kind of a fun but competitive nature to see which game comes out on top, Bloodborne or Nioh. Yes, people, stay tuned. Now, when we look at the atmosphere and tone of both titles, Bloodborne seems the more serious of the two. Now, if both of them were Batman, Bloodborne would be the more recent Christopher Bale movies, and Nioh would be the old school Tim Burton joints. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Tim Burton joints. No, they are classic movies in their own right, but they're not as dark and as true to the source material as our boy Christopher Bale's. Why so serious? Now, Bloodborne has a more serious, more H.P. Lovecraftian kind of thing going on, with the whole emphasis being on making you feel scared, making you feel the whole atmosphere and feeling of dread and despair, which comes off really well. Well done, From Software. Whilst Nioh is more stylish, it's meant to be more cool, even though it's still got that dark, scary, dank atmosphere. The overall emphasis is on style and beauty, which is excellent because it gives Nioh its own original feeling thing, which is awesome and a breath of fresh air in a wave of new IPs which just try to tag on to the last big thing. Lords of the Fallen, I'm looking at you. So, along with its fast-paced gameplay and overall stylishness, the tone of Nioh is dark but a lot more beautiful, which is very different from what Bloodborne and the Souls games offer. So from the moment you play it, you'll feel a little bit familiar, but you'll definitely feel something more original and more vibrant. Very good job. The combat in Dark Souls is the gaming equivalent of chess, and in Bloodborne it's as violent and aggressive as it's ever been. The combat is basically the fine line between calculated chess and a hack and slash. But at the same time, having the combat's roots based on the Souls series can be a little bit of a double-edged sword. Whilst the combat is fun, it can also sometimes feel clunky and a bit slow, which definitely adds tension, but not the good kind. Nioh, on the other hand, definitely does not have that problem. Nioh is as violent, is as gory as two Irishmen in a bar on a Friday night after a Heineken. Nioh is combat evolved. That's what Nioh's tagline should be, combat evolved. At the end of the day, think about it like this. It's brought to you by the people who brought us both Dead or Alive and the much better revamped Ninja Gaiden. And speaking of Ninja Gaiden, that's what this kind of feels like. It feels like the Ninja Gaiden engine switched up to be a little bit more tactical and a little bit more just overall thought out. Now, this does kind of have an element of hack and slash. Maybe it's because of the overall speed of the combat, but you definitely have to be careful. And when you do fail in combat, it's not cheap at all. Well, sometimes when it comes to bosses, it can be cheap as fuck. But usually when you fail in combat, it's by your own error, and you can definitely learn from this. The combat is amazing in this game, people. Now, the overall aspect of story in Souls games, and in more in particular Bloodborne, has always been more eclectic and more abstract of an experience, with the overall notion and terms of narrative being left more up to the player in question, which is a cool experience. because the story extends more beyond what the game and the cutscenes tell you. It extends to the level design, it extends to the NPCs and characters you meet, it even extends to the items and weapons you pick up. From Software have definitely mastered the art of storytelling to where they don't even have to put it in your face and in the story, something that Naughty Dog can learn from. Whilst Nioh, on the other hand, is more of a typical traditional approach to story, and I really like the way it handles the action, more darker thing, genre should I say, with a kind of tongue-in-cheek approach. While still being serious, it definitely still has a humorous approach to it, and it can definitely be appreciated when, you know, games of this sort are usually so gloomy and so gritty for the sake of it. And to be honest, I think the game kind of fares much better for having this kind of approach. But anyway, no matter what you think or how you go, you can't go wrong with either of these two games. Now, me personally, at this moment in time, if you ask me which one of the two I prefer, I'd honestly say, even though it's too hard to call at the moment, because Bloodborne really and truly, if you think about it, well, if I think about it, it's my favorite game of this generation. I've played it multiple times. When it first came out, I actually didn't want to complete it like straight away, just because I wanted to savor the game and make it last and stuff like that. Like, the game is phenomenal. But at this moment in time, I would say that I am enjoying Nioh more. Not just because it is newer, but I really appreciate and prefer the faster paced combat. I really like the way the story is delivered. I really like the way that the actual gameplay is structured in terms of missions and not just one overall hub world, which gives it a quick pick up and play aspect to it as well. I can just say, okay, cool, let me just do one mission and I'll get back to work and stuff. It's just awesome. The way everything just comes together is just really good. And to tell the truth, I wasn't expecting the game to be this good. I wasn't expecting it to be no Lords of the Fallen or anything, but I definitely wasn't expecting it to be of this quality. And I really hope the game sells. Not no fanboy stuff or anything, but I really hope the game sells just because it deserves it. And when I was going to multiple shops just to find out it was out of stock, I was really happy for Team Ninja and stuff. So I really hope this continues. If you've got a PlayStation, go and pick this game up because it's just great. It's one of those games that mixes the old school and the new school together perfectly. And if you like games with a challenge, even if you just like good games in general, you need to be playing this right now. The game is phenomenal. Team Ninja did an awesome job, so that's which one of the two I'm feeling right now. But Bloodborne is still there, Bloodborne is still dope. So yes, people, definitely let me know what you think about Bloodborne versus Nioh. Let me know if you've played Nioh, let me know if you're enjoying it. And yes, Nioh definitely is the truth. My PlayStation 4 is a Nioh machine at the moment. Nothing else is going in there if I can help it. So yeah, holla at your boy. Like, subscribe, share this video. Peace.